Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video, let's take a look at our AI stocks. We saw yesterday Broadcom earnings really making the stock go collapsing, right, in the ditch. But it also took other semiconductors, as in the post market yesterday, a little bit down. But as I did the technicals with you yesterday in the video, they worked out just as how I mentioned, and we'll talk about those technicals as follow-up in this video for the semiconductors. And in this video, we are taking a look at Nvidia, AMD, ARM, Broadcom, Micron, Sandisk, TSM, Intel, Seagate, and Cerebras. Before going further, as always, none of this is any financial advice, only for education purposes, just sharing my opinion. Please do your own things. Now, Nvidia. So Nvidia was in the multi-day weakness, right? And let's get to the hourly interval right away, right? So if you have been following my videos, and especially if you remember, these were the zones that I have been telling you that this is just below this will remain in the negativeness. We did the retest, went down, next significant level lost, came down. There's a significant level zones here. We held that today, which is fine. We held that, but most importantly, we did come up 216 and 217, which is starting to change the structure. Now, I'll still say be a little bit careful. Nvidia, those days are long gone when Nvidia would every day go up. It's more like now better traded as multi-day or just day trades. Your long-term positioning, and accordingly, if you think like, oh, it's just going to continue up, you have to put your expectations a little bit down on that perspective. But it's still a good trade, it's a good stock, I should say, but it's better going to give you multi-day and day trades. Okay, so anyways, what to look for from here? Now, that's pretty much the zone, guys, to watch. 218 to 217 for tomorrow as well on Nvidia from here. And it actually held that overall yellow zone. Technically, the bottom part of it held it somehow. Okay, and that's why multi-day weakness today, gaining above 216, 17, 18 zone. It's giving that strength. You can see a really vertical climb for the day, but it's important we don't come back again to the bottom end of the yellow zone. If we come in the bottom end of the yellow zone again, today's rebound will just stay, or its potential start of a multi-day change will again be broken and will be in the weakness again if that happens. If we stay above 216 to 218 and hover around that or stay above it, we are still fine. Multi-day strength is back above that on Nvidia. Let's get to AMD. So AMD overall structure, as I have been saying to you, until this zone of yellow zone, that is 480 around, we are still overall bullish above that, and pullbacks are getting bought up. What were the levels for the near term that I was telling you, right? So I mentioned that, okay, this significant level to watch, 527. If we lose it, and then, level below 516, you can see we first reacted there, lost it, reacted at the next level, lost it, came down to the next level, right? Then reacted there and got bought up. Okay, so price reactions would happen at these levels, and it's important that you trade with these levels. My tools marks all these levels automatically for you. If you need access to my tools, details you will find in the description of this video. Now, so AMD, as I have been saying, it's a hot stock. It's not that if it loses these levels, it's overall bearish. That's not the case. But a cool off is possible, and potentially a multi-day cool off. We got a cool off, a pullback, right? Losing those levels, as I was telling you, and we tested the levels below. But overall structure until 480 around is still bullish, still fine. So these are your day off, a cool off, and so forth. And they are in the reaction also getting bought up. From here, guys, just, momentum actually is not there unless it breaks out above this significant level, that is 527. You can see it reacted and rejected right at that significant level. 527 and 30 cents above will have to get to gain the momentum again, which may not come tomorrow if it doesn't break out above that, but it's still in a very likely potential, which I'll talk over the weekend. If not on YouTube, I'll definitely talk with the members on my Patreon and or YouTube membership. So definitely join if you want to be up to date. But yeah, so significant level above is only where momentum is. Otherwise, it has a room right now to a little bit stay in the sideways action, which pretty much means if you have a long-term position running on AMD, you have a position, definitely you should be taking partial profits in these times. You don't have to fully liquidate unless structure fully breaks below yellow zone, but you should take some at least partial profits in the position. All right, let's take a look at ARM. So ARM overall bullish, right? Yes, it's a little bit going sideways. It's not bearish though. And don't think that now it's a short play if it's going sideways. No, its structure is still overall bullish. Let's take a look at the lower time frame. Like, what is the near-term structure telling us? Near-term structure, it's extended, it's fine, a little bit doing some pullbacks, okay? It's, you know, a little bit testing levels lower, going down, testing a level lower, getting bought up because they're still overall bullish, so pullbacks are getting bought up. If short is happening, that's happening for a very near term, but nothing more than that. Momentum. Now the question is about momentum. Do we expect more pullback tomorrow, or do we expect a momentum? Well, it's important to hold above this zone 387.70 to see the momentum continuation. If we lose 308 and 87 and 70 and 90 cents area, then pullback will continue, cool off may happen, and or it may just go sideways. It's okay. So because it's not an overall short play, but the position below those levels will be on the weakness side. Okay, so which will result for now a part of a pullback. Okay, Broadcom had a colossal dip yesterday post earnings. Okay, there's no good reason for that. Everything is still fine, came out fine. Media will pick any narrative, it doesn't matter. Price action matters. No one knows what's going to happen through the earnings, so you gotta size down, get out, whatever you want to do for your risk management before the earnings. Okay, so we are bouncing at one of those important zones of 404 to 405, but it doesn't make it bullish overall at this point. All right, Broadcom may not come up that well. It may go up, but it may also not. So we'll have to identify the price action. What is the price action telling us? Let's get to the hourly interval. After these gap ups and all gap ups or gap downs, we have to go to a little bit, you know, other time frames as well to understand more, which actually for every price action you have to go through multiple price or intervals. But anyways, look, I would not really be looking at Broadcom as a potential buy unless and until, without breaking below 404, it breaks out above 440. If it can do that, then only I would consider it has a room to come back in the upside game. Otherwise, no. All right, 440 below is not a buy. Is it a short? It has a likelihood to actually go choppy here. Okay. At this point, your short is bad. If you are looking for a short, it's not a short play right away where it is. If you want to look at a good shot, it will be below 404, yellow zone below. Right now it has a room to go potentially sideways and, you know, hop around in this area again. So yeah, you are not really getting either side right now. Okay, it's a waiting game here. Okay, the only thing is that I'm not gonna say that buy here. Like previously I was telling my members to buy here, or it's a bullish trade still. The reason I'm not gonna say here now, because technically it's broken now. Okay, structure is negative, and a day after earnings usually, you know, there's a potential of a gap fill. It just did that, but you will have to give it few more days. But the point is that here structure was still in the bullish strength. Here structure is not in the bullish strength. It's technically in the rebound phase here. Okay, so that's why it's not a buy right now, unless we gain the momentum above again. That will be $440 above. Micron, I gave you a level to watch on Micron yesterday, right? I mentioned that below that zone you can expect a multi-day or at least a weakness to begin. All right, I mentioned to you this zone 1046 area to 1044 area. You can see we lost that today in the pre-market. Yes, came back up, but rejected right at that zone. Okay, 1046 area. And we continued lower. And this has put Micron in the multi-day weakness. It's not overall bearish, but it is in the multi-day weakness and or will stay up here in the sideways action. It's not overall bearish though, so be careful. But as if multi-day weakness continue day after day, that will turn it into overall bearishness, but it's too early to say. And so you have to accordingly size in and out or risk manage the position. But if you have a long-term position running on Micron, it's not a bad time to take some partial profits. You don't have to fully liquidate the position, but it's a good time to take partial profits. Our levels worked out just as how I mentioned, guys, 1046 area. Okay, Sandisk. Sandisk, I told you yesterday that Sandisk is still holding strong. Overall it's bullish. I gave you this level exactly, precisely 1009. Oh, sorry, $1,709. This is the zone I gave you exactly, and that's where you can see a bounce. I said that until here, no problem, right? And we saw a bounce. The thing is that momentum is not there right now. Yes, it's bouncing at our zones, but momentum is not there right now, which is not a bad thing. It has run up so much. It's also a time that you should take some partial profits. It's not overall bearish, but it's time to take partial profits. It's time to book profits. It's not the time to be greedy. It's not the time to build big positions here. It's definitely not the time to enter. Well, it's definitely not the time to buy big here. It's definitely time to take profits from your existing position. You don't have to fully liquidate, but take some partial profits. TSM. It has a, actually Sandisk has a room also, just like others ones, to a little bit go sideways here. Okay, TSM, very simple guys on this thing. Overall, it's just an overall play technically. That's how it's better traded, and 417 to 419 it will stay fine, and it's been fine above that right now, so all good. Intel, I told you it's mostly gonna go in distribution phase. 115 below, it's gonna remain negative as well, and any bounce will be just below negative 115 below, and it's mostly gonna go in the distribution phase. That's what it's doing here. And so what comes next? Again, these are the times to take partial profits. If you had a long-term position on Intel, this time take partial profits. It's not going to be any interesting on the buy side unless and until it breaks above $115 area. Okay, Seagate. So Seagate here is just fine. Pullback is already getting bought up. Overall structure will be even fine until 820. Let's get to the hourly interval. And Seagate is technically holding a significant level still up here, 905. This is fine, still fine. Again, it's been going sideways for last 3-4 days, and that's the whole part, that it's not overall bearish, but this is where a little bit all these stocks you are seeing the patterns, unless they break a level above, they have a room for a few days at least to a little bit go sideways, and then we'll see if they break down to the downside or break out to the upside. Last one for this video is Cerebras. It's still in the downtrend. Our levels have been working out exactly and precisely. It's going down. If from here we do have a green candle today, it doesn't make it bullish though, but if from here anyhow we get above 208 and 40 area, then it has a room to turn around. Otherwise, no. Below that, it's still in the negative structure. And yeah, that's all I had for you guys in this video. Again, if you are interested in my tools, check out the details in the description of this video. And with that, I'll see you in my next videos. Take care, guys. Bye.